Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Desiree and I'm a certified nutrition health coach, and I like to talk about all things health and wellness. Please subscribe and like this video to help others find the information. Today's video is part 3 and final video about the Starch solution by Dr. John McDougall. Today I'm going to read 2 success stories out of this book, and then I'm going to share with you what I've been eating. I've been doing this now for the last month and a half, and I'm feeling great, and I'm losing weight. And then after that, hopefully you get this book and read it yourself and share the information with others. I have 2 friends reading this right now on my suggestion because they're both dealing with health issue, and hopefully they can help themselves. So the first success story is a man named Cloudy Rockwell. Sorry, it's a woman named Cloudy Rockwell, and she was from Palmer, Alaska. She says, I have been heavy most of my life, but until I began this way of eating, I did not realize that I had been obese for almost all of my adult life. I did Weight Watchers twice, the Fit for Life diet of the mid-80s. I tried the South Beach diet and many others. I was losing no significant amounts of weight, even after being very compliant and gaining it all back each time. I know better than to fail like that. I'm a smart, educated woman. What is the matter with me? In late 2009, I turned 60. I began to really suffer the effects of being nearly 100 pounds too heavy for my 5'3" frame. My right hip and right knee began to hurt and give way at random times. I could not do cleaning that involved getting on the floor, and changing bed sheets was agony. My adult children were coming home to visit for Christmas, and I felt bad that I couldn't prepare a clean house for them. Somehow, I was lucky enough to find a link to some testimonials about Dr. McDougall. During the first shopping trip for groceries for his plan, I was in an agony of pain. It was enough to begin, though. I have to say that the first bite of brown rice after 5 years of eschewing carbs brought tears to my eyes. It was like welcoming back an old friend. The starch-based diet has been satisfying and filling. It is also easy to shop for, and meal planning is so simple. There were 2 strategies that I found valuable. The first was to always be prepared. Every weekend I would make a general food plan that I shopped and cooked for, making enough food for the week's lunches and dinners. I did this to keep myself from the poor me syndrome. The condition of feeling that I'm hungry and it will be so long until I can get to food, I had better eat whatever is at hand. I instead developed enough syndrome. I have had enough, and there is food already prepared for me at home. Second, I developed an attitude toward non-planned food that told me it is not food. The chocolates in the jar in the office, the cheese in the drawer at home, the fried calamari on the table at the restaurant were no longer food to me. No more than the table linens or the candles were food. I knew what I was going to eat, and it would be available soon. And I was not about to start gnawing on not food while I waited. Within a month, the pains had begun to recede from my hip and knee. I am now at 130 pounds, and I have lost more than 92 pounds. It took me about 18 months to lose the weight, averaging about 1.25 pounds per week. I have gone from a size 26 in jeans to a size 4. I have gone from a 3X to an extra small. Buying new clothes has been the biggest expense on this journey. I went from being someone in denial about being obese, convincing myself that I was quite healthy simply because I didn't have a lot of reasons to visit the doctor, to someone who is actually vibrant with health. I can crawl on the floor to get iPhone pictures of my baby granddaughter in action and then get back up again. I have brought down my cholesterol and blood sugars. I can run without tiring for 20 minutes. And I went from being old before my time to a woman who was looking forward to all the years to come. So she turned 60 in 2009, and then she was able to reverse her health conditions, which is a lot of what this success story and others and Dr. John McDougall has done for a lot of people. Okay, last success story, a man named Jeff Armstrong out of Sacramento, California. He says, I grew up in the 50s and 60s when meat was cheap. In the late 1960s, steak was so cheap that my mom would serve it 2 or 3 times a week. I was able to maintain some semblance of slimness until I was about 19 years old. I never was one to be really athletic, and after age 19, I began to put on the pounds. My trim 190 pounds on a 6'4" frame became 220 pounds, then in college, 240. I panicked and turned to Dr. Atkins. Within a few months of eating a pound of bacon for breakfast and bunless hamburgers for lunch and dinner, I was able to drop about 35 pounds. It was a miracle. Only the miracle came at a price. My skin was greasy all the time. I had trouble sleeping. I felt nervous all day. And at about the 3-month mark, I started to get pains in my lower back. It was a while before I realized that the pain was probably my overworked kidneys. What a miracle. So I abandoned Atkins and within about 6 months, gained back the weight I had lost and about 10 more pounds to boot. After several more of my failed attempts at dieting, my mother sent me some information about the McDougall diet. It's that time of year again, my birthday, time to take stock. Tomorrow I turn 57, meaning that it was 10 years ago that I took the McDougall plunge. You said you never tire of hearing thanks, so I'm writing to say so again. Thanks to you, I've lost 120 pounds from my high of 305 pounds. I'm now below my youthful trim weight of 190. Thanks to you, my cholesterol has plummeted. Thanks to you, my favorite jeans fit better than ever. Thanks to you, I am finally at home in my body. My arthritis is gone. My sleep apnea is a past memory. I no longer experience lactose intolerance. My hiatal hernia has cleared up. No more atrial fibrillation. Even my ornery toenail fungus has cleared. Is that a new one for you? My friends and colleagues remain certain I am depriving myself, but I'm not. I'm perfectly happy with my simple regimen of rice, beans, corn, greens, potatoes, and other veggies, mostly repeating the same combos over and over again. I walk 4 or 5 miles every day with my dogs, and I look forward to a workout at the health club 3 or 4 times a week. My doctor tells me that all of his patients, he has only seen 3 or 4 accomplish what I have. But you and I know it is possible for anyone. When my wife finally saw the light and jumped into the McDougall life with me, she lost 40 pounds and now feels so much better. Her cholesterol is down 80 points, and she is now a regular 5 days a week at the health club. In fact, we are constantly faced with so much nutritional misinformation that we've decided to come up for one McDougall weekend a year just to keep current and recharge our batteries. So here's what I've been doing. Here's what I've been eating. These things are recommended in his book and website, but a lot of this is I ate already. But here's the idea. For breakfast, hot oatmeal with fruit, overnight oats with fruit, millet or farro with fruit, a baked sweet potato with fruit and maple syrup. So one day I had a baked sweet potato that I baked in the microwave, or that I made in the microwave, and I put sliced banana, sliced mango, and a little bit of maple syrup, like half a tablespoon or a tablespoon, and some cinnamon. An oatmeal pancake, and you can add pumpkin puree. There's recipes all over the internet for that. A fruit smoothie, a baked potato with veggies. I found an 8-ingredient vegan banana carrot bread. It's only 8 ingredients total. I like breakfast food for breakfast, but you could eat any of the things I say, or that even in the book, if you like to try this, for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So then for lunch, I have like a big salad with whatever toppings you like. I always use organic baby spinach, definitely as one of the base ingredients. And then I've been using fresh squeezed lime juice or fresh squeezed orange juice as the dressing. And then sometimes I add garlic powder or taco powder to give it flavor and spice. And then I'm eating that salad with either beans or lentils or some sweet potato. And dinner, I'm having baked or sweet potato with steamed veggies. You can use a light sauce of your choice. Make sure you read the ingredients. Don't buy anything that says natural or artificial flavors for your sauces and spices. Mashed potato and bean quesadilla. Rice and veggies. Beans and veggies. Bean chili with chips or bread or cornbread. Lentils and veggies. Lentil soup. And the ideas go on and on. So I really encourage you to please buy this book and read it. get it from the library and read it, you're going to have healing. Please spread the word. I hope this video helped. Thank you. Have a great day.